And why do I feel separate from you?
That's precisely the point. So I am an object in your consciousness. You are identifying with your brain, which is also an object in your consciousness, but you are identifying with it. That's what tangled hierarchy does. Now it's making sense to you, I'm sure. That's what every one of us have, that I-ness. This brain is special because this is the subject of my experience, and I'm looking at you. You are an object in my consciousness, in my awareness. You are separate from me. You are secondary also because I, the vehicle of this brain that I identify with, is seeing you as an object in my consciousness. So you are secondary to me. All this is the result of this tangled hierarchy and this conditioning of that identity.
So ultimately, if I am able to let go of the subject-object and just accept the concept that we are all one, then that would alleviate the separateness?
Yes, accept is the first step. But remember, it still has to come to you. That inseparate notion has to come to you directly. The observer is the observed. This is a quotation from the mystic Jiddu Krishnamurti. Observer is the observed, but it's not just a conceptual reckoning of that. If you just conceptually reckon it, then it's good. It's a good starting point. But then meditate on it, and then that subject-object split will disappear. And that's what we call, in East Indian jargon, a samadhi, or then Buddhist jargon is satori, or in Christian jargon, an encounter with the Holy Spirit, because in the Holy Spirit there is no subject-object split.
So then you really have to make a distinction then between philosophy or knowledge or concept and experience.
Philosophy and knowledge or concepts are all secondary to this experience of wisdom. In this wisdom, there is no separateness. The separateness shrinks to the recognition that observer is the observed.
And it's based on the fundamental misunderstanding. It's based on an understanding that you are a separate individual person, human being, separate from the whole, separate from others, and separate from life. And you need to make sure your life and your car gets where you want it to get. If there's a prescription for suffering, I'd say that's about as accurate as you can get. Funny thing is the very prescription for suffering is the very thing that we think is a prescription for happiness. Is it not? Do that and you'll be happy. Drive your car, turn left when you want, brake when you want, make your trip exactly what you want it to be, and you'll be free and happy. But the problem is because it's been based on separation, it can't ultimately make one happy.
In a sense, right from the first moment of separation, that first I thought, which arises at a very young age, then from that moment onwards, seeking begins. From the moment of separation from the whole, there is a seeker. There is no one that doesn't seek all the time that there's a person. So seeking happens. And also at that moment, the I thought arises, the dreamer is created and built up through life. We become the dreamer in the dream called I am a person in the world. There is a world out there and I'm a person in it who has to negotiate with the world. So the function of that apparent person is to dream, only to dream. It's the dreamer. And we dream that we can become enlightened too. If I go to this master or that master, I can become an enlightened person. It's another part of the dream. Awakening is the realization that there is no one. Awakening is awakening from the dream that there is someone. When the dream, the idea of there being someone drops away, when the seeker is no more, that which is sought becomes apparent. It doesn't come down from anywhere, it's all there is. What we seek is all there is. Everything. What we seek is what is everything.